going to have anything that they're going to want to hear. I've got information that the Republicans would probably say refutes that. Let me bring something to you here. I'm going to bring this to the viewers, Ed, as well. I want to take you back now to this hearing this afternoon. I want you to listen closely to a fascinating exchange. It's between the Washington, D.C. delegate, Eleanor Holmes Norton, and the head of the Secret Service, Mark Sullivan. This is Holmes Norton asking the head of the Secret Service about reported threats against the life of the president. This is interesting as well.
It is well known, it's been in the press over and over again, that this president has received far more death threats than any president in the history of the United States, an alarming number of death threats. I'm not going to ask you for the details on that. But here we had the first state dinner, not of just any old president, but of the first African-American president. Was there any attempt to increase security, given all you know, which is much more than we know, about threats to this president of the United States?
Ma'am, no matter who the president is.
I'm asking about this president, and my question is very specific. Given death threats to this president, was there any attempt to increase the security at this event, yes or no?
Ma'am, I can't talk about that. I'd be more. Number one, I will address the threats. I've heard a number out there that the threat is up by 400%. I'm not sure where that number
is. It up at all? We don't asking for the threat. No.
Well, I think I can answer you, ma'am. It isn't at 400%, and I'm not sure where that number came from, but I can.
Well, please don't.
Just a minute. Well, we can't hear, gentlemen.
Please don't assign to me a number in my question. I just asked you if the threats were up. Are the threats up or not, Mr. Sullivan?
They are not. The threats right now in the inappropriate interest that we're seeing is the same level as it has been for the previous two presidents at this point.
This is very comforting news.
Comforting indeed. Did you hear that? That was the head of the U.S. Secret Service answering a question that we've been asking for months on this newscast. Are assassination threats against the President of the United States up 400%? We've heard that number tossed around again and again. We've seen it written. We've asked the Secret Service, and they would not give us a direct answer as well. Today, they did. The answer is no. Threats against this president are about the same, you heard, as they were for two immediate predecessors of this president. And as you heard Delegate Norton say, that is comforting news.
April, calm down. Just take a deep breath for 1 second. I see. This happens with my son. He does the same thing. No.
Don't play with me.
I'm not.
All right. That's what happened when a reporter asked why a White House assistant was invited to the gala. This goes back to the conversation I was having moments ago with Ed Henry, and I told you I was going to have more information on that. We do. We do. You want to set somebody off, by the way? Tell them to relax. Go ahead. Tell your husband or your wife today when you get home and she's having a conversation with you to just take a deep breath. Also, from now on, if you want to know what outrageous or newsworthy thing is being said on Twitter by famous people, we've got something for you. Every day, this is the place that you want to be. It's called Rick's List, where we check to see on social media, Twitter, for example, what people are saying. Today, what are people saying about Tiger, for example?
A lot about Tiger we're following, two lists, Tiger Woods and Homeland Security. And we have a tweet from John Daly, who goes that he thinks that the children are the most important thing in this situation.
John Daly tweeting about Tiger Woods. That'll be interesting. We'll bring you what he has to say. Stay with us. We're going to be right back.
Welcome to Idaho, where the world's best potatoes come from. Some people say it's the rich volcanic soil that makes our potatoes so special. Or maybe the pure water. Whatever it is, Idaho potatoes are a delicious part of a healthy diet with zero fat or cholesterol and only 110 calories. And they taste great. A great value, only about 25 cents each. Always look for the Grown in Idaho seal. Genuine Idaho potatoes from the best earth on earth.
With government spending out of control and inflation on the horizon, economic recovery seems questionable. Right now may be the best time to own gold in our lifetime. For gold, IRAs, and investment portfolios, call National Discount Coins. We challenge you to find lower prices combined with our great service.